All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we are live with Toronto, Ontario-based band. We got the Hormoans right here, live in the building. Guys, how are you doing out there in the GTA tonight?
Doing well.
Very punk.
Hey, man, I gotta say, it's an absolute honor, man, to chop it up with you guys, man. The one thing I love is, like, talking with bands from all across the world, but the one thing I love the most is actually putting bands from my province just on the radio station airways, man. You guys are such a killer band, so it's definitely an honor to speak with you three tonight.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate your words.
But I gotta take you back to the beginning of the Hormones, man, and I have to ask, how did you guys actually first meet and come together as one to form this band? Because I do know there has been some lineup changes as well throughout the years.
Steve, you want to take it, or?
Yeah, for sure. We've been around for many years. So yeah, I mean, we started as a three-piece. We've always been a three-piece for most of our career. I think we did have a fourth guitarist there for a while, but yeah, I think we went through a couple of bass players recently. We've acquired Nate on bass, so we're very happy to have him. He's in a group of other bands. So yeah, super stoked to have Nate on.
Yeah. I was stoked to join too. Yeah, I was a fan of theirs, and then they asked me to come along. I'm in.
How did you actually get in as well? Like, well, obviously you said you were a fan, so like, how did they actually come across you? Like, were you at a show or something like that, and then next thing you know, like, one thing led to another, or did you actually apply to be in the Hormones?
No, I ran into a friend of mine, and he wanted to put some music together, so we did, and we got Cyrus playing drums on that project, and then Cyrus brought me in because he liked playing with me, I guess.
Yeah, we had a bass player we recorded a bit with, but scheduling was a little rough. You know, when they're married with kids and stuff, it's hard to get a practice going, let alone, record or play a gig. So,
and I just have fish.
And Nate is perfect for that. So he's playing in bands. He's a killer bass player, so I knew he'd fit in well, and he's picked up the songs very quickly. We're even playing his birthday show on Saturday.
Yeah, 40.
And I gotta take you guys back over 12 years, where on April 26, 2013, you guys actually released the 13-track album titled Miller. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this earlier released album, and of course, can it actually still be streamed or purchased today, this many years later?
I was listening to it on Spotify at a party just a few days ago. We got it blasting in the backyard, yeah.
Yeah, that was, we recorded that pretty quickly at BWC Studios, which is a producer we work with, Greg Dawson, who does great work. He used to do a lot of bands around Brampton.
He's done a bunch of my bands in the past, yeah.
He's kind of a local legend guy for recording,
for sure.
So, but he was on board. But we only had 3 days to record the first 5 songs, and then 3 other days. So we had 6 days to record the whole album pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it just shows how much chemistry you guys have as a band to be able to do that many songs that quickly in those many days. Because obviously that was your guys' studio time, of course, so you had to get it done. But the fact you guys got all that done in such a short time is absolutely extraordinary. Because a lot of people don't comprehend what really goes into an album, man. Because you just don't get in the booth, y'all connect your instruments and then play, and that's it. You really have to track it. You have to make sure. It's like a puzzle piece. You got to put it all together, man. So 6 days, that many songs is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, 1 day is alone for drums, so you have to do all the drum tracks in 1 day, and then get all the bass and guitar tracks done, and then all the vocal tracks. So every day you have a certain number of hours to get everything done.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun though. That was 10 years ago now, but yeah, we had a blast doing it. Cyrus, what do you think? You kind of went all night sometimes. We were in the studio for a long time. I don't know.
Yeah, we had some late nights. I met Greg kind of after an all-nighter with Steve's other band recording with him. And then I kind of talked my way into the studio saying that I was Steve's drum tech. So when he asked me to set up the drums, and I didn't know how he wanted them set up, so I think he saw through it, but he let me hang out anyway. And then when we formed the band, we came back to him. I don't think he remembered who I was. So after that, we've been really close friends. But it was a really fun experience. Like it was our first time in an actual studio. We scraped together any money we had to put it together, and back then that was a lot of money to put into recording. So you have to get it done quick.
And we put our friend Miller on the cover of all the so he was our number one fan, and I think he would still be.
Hey Steve, can you turn your volume up?
Oh.
Thank you.
What's that? Okay.
Better.
And also as well, guys, I don't mean to make this all about albums, but one album that I thoroughly enjoyed by you guys is actually the name of Slander, that was actually released May 12th of 2015. I have to ask, Maggie, tell us a bit more about this amazing record, and of course, next year, since it is going to be the 10th anniversary of this album, do you guys have any plans to actually re-release a remastered version of this particular record?
Well, we were talking about maybe doing a compilation, like kind of maybe a best hits put together from, but I didn't know it was an anniversary or anything, so that's interesting.
You're planting the seeds, man.
Hey, I'm trying to give that little nudge, you know what I mean?
Well, we'd like to see finally release some stuff. That'd be awesome.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, it sounds like your microphone's covered, if that makes sense.
Not sure.
It's okay.
But I do have to say, though, like, I had to give that nudge because Slander is a phenomenal record. I guess, in a way, the reason why I'm giving that nudge is because I would love to get my hands on a wax version of this record, man. I would love to get a vinyl of that.
We actually tried to press a vinyl, and we got a test copy, and it was so wobbly, I think it turned us off the whole process.
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Can you hear you now, bud?
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we actually tried to test and I think we're gonna have to try to re-release those two first records on vinyl at some point. Just go through the process. Yeah, I'd like to see those released.
But a lot of people, it's hard to sell copies unless you're at a show, and then they're enticed with the show atmosphere, and then they want to have something physical to go home with. But when they're at home, really, it's just streaming. So
I'm a CD guy. I got a big CD collection.
Yeah.
And I got
Same
a
here,
big
man.
collection too. Yeah.
I'm a huge CD guy, and I will admit, I still buy new CDs when they come out. I actually walked into my Walmart. I walked into my Walmart recently, man, just to go look, because they had, like, obviously throughout the years, the CDs, like, are slowly dying out, but I walked into Walmart, they normally have, like, one rack of, like, new CDs. I went in to look at the new CDs, they were gone the other day, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And guess what they replaced them with, guys? Boom boxes. They replaced them with fucking cassette boom boxes, and I'm like, what? You replaced the CD rack with something that's even older than CDs, because, that remotely makes sense.
Well, there's a lot of tapes are selling nowadays. Tapes are cool again, so it makes sense for the boom boxes. Maybe it's in reverse order, but it's all cyclical. Maybe CDs are next after the tapes.
Well, out here they've been opening up HMV and Sunrise everywhere again.
And Toys R Us.
That's crazy. I do know there's a lot of Sunrise records around here in the Ottawa area, but I have not yet seen an HMV. But I really would love to see Music World come back, man. That was my favorite. That was my go-to place was Music World, dude.
Nice.
Did you work there?
Yeah, I worked there for like 6 years, man. It was great.
Yeah.
I gave these CDs out to everybody.
And then they went under.
Thanks, Steve. But no, all jokes aside, man, Music World is absolutely phenomenal. I realize I also showed my age on that one by bringing that up, because a lot of people, they think about HMV and Sunrise, but it's almost like Music World is a forgotten Canadian relic, kind of like Jumbo Video.
Oh, yeah. Jumbo Video had the porn.
I like
The porn and the Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The popcorn to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't have porn without popcorn.
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? It'll help you actually feel less dirty after you get done what you're doing with the tape. You know, you have something to eat away your sorrow.
Well, everything gets better when you get butter on your fingers, you know? That's when the movie starts getting good, you know?
Please be kind. Make sure you rewind. We do not want to know where the tape stopped at. But also as well, guys, recently you were actually featured on Now Magazine, the top 10 buzz bands to actually break big. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this particular magazine feature, and of course, how did it actually feel to see your guys' faces in this magazine? Because I gotta say, you guys definitely earned this spot on this list.
It was all Steve, really. Like,
Yeah, no, it was great. I got a call from some girl at Now, and I was like, thinking it was a joke, and she was like, "No, we want to put you in the magazine." I was like, "Oh, wow." Your CD came across her desk, and she just really loved it, and she wanted to feature us on the issue. So I was very happy to hear that, and I told the guys, and we were all really good. So, I mean, yeah, again, this was some years ago, and I think I used to read Now Magazine. It used to be in paper form. I don't even know if it's still doing it. Form. Yeah, it was quite cool. It's great to like get up there with these bands now, and you see a lot of them have been making a lot of waves. So, yeah, we were really happy about that. Always nice.
And I gotta say, definitely congratulations on that, guys, because like any magazine or any outlet putting you guys in a top 10 is absolutely phenomenal.
it is. And it came out of nowhere, really. Like we didn't expect it, and suddenly we had a little bit of cred between our local band scene all of a sudden. So it was around that time too. We were in some contest for the Edge, and we made some top 20 list as well. Like we had a lot of momentum going on.
Back when the Edge was edgy.
Yeah.
And you can see the background here. That's what's paid for a lot of this. All of these coaches and everything. It was Now Magazine.
Yeah.
But then COVID hit, and it kind of slowed everyone down.
Yeah. Really.
But also as well, guys, going into this year, May 31st, so just a little over a month ago, you guys actually released your 10-track album titled Ground Score. I was wondering if you can actually just tell our listeners a bit more about your most recent record, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a hard copy if they are indeed available today?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got a bunch of records in the basement.
Yeah,
They're for sale.
Yeah, you can grab some vinyls at Dead Dog Records, Neurotica Records, and She's a Boom in Toronto. I think they should be in Sonic Boom soon, and otherwise you can order them through our website. Instagram.
You can give the email out too if you just email in the website. So.
Yeah, I think it's all on Instagram.
You kind of cut out when you're plugging. Write it down and hold it up.
Just have like little cue cards, just be like, album can be purchased at X cue card.
That is a good idea. And during live television, perfect.
But you know what? The great thing is too, the people that aren't very good at like listening and whatnot, they can hit the pause button.
Instagram.
But also as well, I gotta say, this album is absolutely phenomenal, guys. Like, I just gotta congratulate you, because you guys have been actually, every album you guys release is a banger after banger after banger, but this one is honestly super special, man, and totally rad. So I'm definitely excited just to hear the next project that actually comes from the Hormones.
Oh, thank you. This album's actually kind of special because it has 2 different people playing bass on it because we recorded half on the floor, or off the floor, sorry. So the first half is live off the floor, and the second half is with Greg Dawson at BWC Studios, the last thing we recorded with him with the original bass player. So it's kind of meshed with different sounds for the A-side and B-side.
Neither of which are me.
Not yet.
But also as well, guys, in 48 hours, July 13th, you'll be taking the stage at the Keating Kennel in Toronto, Ontario. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this up-and-coming show. And of course, where can we actually purchase ourselves some last-minute tickets if they are indeed still available?
Well, that's actually for my 40th birthday party. So I'm playing 4 sets in 4 different bands. All 4 of my bands are going to play that night. And no tickets, you can just come. Come party with me.
So we're excited to hear Nate's other bands too, but he asked us to play, so we're definitely going to play to feel a part of the team.
Yeah.
So I have to ask this, Nate, because obviously you're playing not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times in one night. Do you play the same instrument in every band, or do you spice it up? Like, are you lead singer in one, guitarist in the other, drummer in the other, or are you just like completely just one instrument all the way through?
No, that's kind of how I set it up. Is I'll start playing bass, then I'll sing in a band, and then I'll play bass with the Hormoans again, and then I sing in another band to close it out. And we'll see how drunk I am by then.
All I gotta say is I feel sorry for the 4th band of yours that's actually gonna be before me because, you know, by the time it hits the 4th band, you know what I mean? We'll see if Nate's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Well, I'll put on a performance. I can guarantee that.
But it definitely sounds like it's going to be one hell of a phenomenal party, man. And you're a great friend as well for bringing not 1 but 4 bands to your friend's birthday party. That's killer, dude. But also, aside from the Toronto show, I have to ask, is there any other up-and-coming gigs? If so, where can our listeners actually see you guys next, aside from the Keating Kennel in Toronto?
Steve?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, so we're playing September 28th at the No Room in Toronto.
The No Room in Toronto?
September 28th, the No Room, Toronto.
Yeah, with the band from New Jersey. That should be a fun show.
In case I didn't hear that from a band from New Jersey. But yeah, they contacted us. They somehow heard us and they liked us and they were coming into town. So they said, you know, maybe we can set up a show or play a show together. So.
And aside from these shows, what is next for the Hormones, guys? Is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview? Anything else you guys do still want to touch on, talk about, or promote? But we still got you here live on 99.9 FM tonight.
We did just finish a video for one of the songs off that LP. It was released in May, maybe, but or June.
Yeah.
For the song, it's called "Kid Stuck."
Yeah, that was fun. Stop motion.
Steve did all the work. He's an editor, and it's a great video. We did it pretty low budget, but I think it looks very fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was my second jam with them, was shooting a video.
And whereabouts was this video actually filmed? Because I know you said like there's stop motion, there's actually some nice visual effects in it, but where overall was the video actually filmed?
We used Steve has camera equipment. He does videos for bands and other stuff, you know, on the side professionally. So we used a green screen in one of the rehearsal rooms that we rented out when we're meeting in Toronto, and we just kind of guerrilla shot it with the green screen. And, yeah,
just getting goofy
in a small room. That's what we did. Just brought a lot of props, big scissors and stuff. That's fun. Dressed up, yeah.
But guys, before we actually part ways tonight, I have to ask. Obviously, I know how to follow the Hormones on social media, but for the individuals that might just be chiming in and might just be discovering you guys right here, right now, how can we go about following you guys across all social media platforms if we're not already doing so?
Well, Cyrus is on it.
The email address, right? Email.
Is that what he's doing? I don't know.
Maybe not.
We have a link tree. A link tree. We have a link tree.
What's the link?
The Instagram account has our website.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much for giving not only myself, but the radio station airways a bit of your time, guys. It was such an honor speaking with you three. I'm super excited to hear what comes next from you guys. And I definitely will try my best to make it out to one of your guys' up-and-coming shows, man. The one with you opening up for that New Jersey band definitely sounds like a road trip well worth it. So I might actually slide on through to Toronto and hopefully not get my ass into trouble, but definitely party and drink a lot of beer with the Hormones.
Yeah, I'll buy you a beer, man.
Yeah, we'll comp your ticket and we'll buy you a beer.
Hey, man, you had me a beer. That's all I gotta say. You had me a beer. But no, Cyrus, Nate, Steve, again, guys, thank you so much for your time, man. It was such an honor speaking with you three. Hope you guys have a wonderful night and, of course, a killer weekend as well, man. But for now, thank you guys so much again, and definitely have yourselves a phenomenal night.
Thank you as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're most certainly welcome, guys.